Happy Halloween and welcome back to my channel, guys. I really hope you guys are enjoying your day. But today I'm bringing you guys this look. It's actually a recreation from a picture that I found on Facebook, which you will see a little bit later. So she's pretty much, I want to call her my glitter glam clown. She has a really dramatic glitter look going on the eyes with some really dramatic lashes. She has glitter on the under eyes, glitter on the lips, you know, the whole shebang. So yeah, if you guys do want to recreate this look, go ahead and keep on watching. I'll show you guys how I did this. So I am first starting off with my brows. Now my brows, the brow portion, what the fuck is that? Portion is totally optional. You can go ahead and do this like really dark and bold, or you can go ahead and do your natural simple brows that you do every day. But I wanted her to be a little bit dramatic, so I'm going to intensify my brows. I'm keeping the shape, I'm just intensifying the color. So I'm gonna go with a really dark bold eyebrow today. So going into this next palette, which is the Smokey Fume, I want to say, I'm going to go ahead and grab this black eyeshadow. It's like a matte shadow. And I'm just going to go ahead and apply this on my brows. Again, I want to intensify my brows. I want to make them really dark and bold. So now for the inner part of my eyebrows, I'm going to go ahead and use this eyeshadow, which is what I normally use on my everyday eyebrows. This eyeshadow is by MAC, and I can't remember the name of it right now, but I will make sure this time, I'll have a list down below. I know we say that and I don't do it, but this time I will. I apologize for that. So after I am done with the eyebrows, I'm going to go ahead, well, I'm done shading in the eyebrows, I'm going to go ahead and carve them out like I normally would with my LA Girl Pro concealer and the shade Natural, as always. The eyes, I'm going to go ahead and start priming my eyes, and I will be using my handy dandy LA Girl Pro concealer as always, and that is my beautiful daughter back there. You're just gonna see her throughout the whole video, walking back and forth, playing and whatever. Back to the video, to the tutorial. So I'm just gonna go ahead and blend in that concealer. Again, I'm using this as a primer just because I feel like this is the best base for me, but you can go ahead and use whatever base, whatever primer you like to use on yourself. So after that, I'm going to go ahead and set that with my Mercier translucent powder. Again, I feel like translucent powder is the best way to set the primer, the concealer, just because it, at least for me, it works the best and it doesn't crease on me as it would if I were to just set it with a normal eyeshadow. Now to start the eye makeup, I'm going to go ahead and use the Smokey NYX Fume palette. Now I'm going to pick up this brown eyeshadow and use this as a transition shade. It's not that dark and it's not that light. It's just perfect for a transition shade. So now picking up my Tartelette in Bloom palette, you know this is my favorite palette. I'm going to go into this shadow called a Rebel. And I'm also going to apply this on my crease. I was going for a cut crease type of look, but then I realized, I looked at the picture again, she didn't really have much of a cut crease. She just had like a really smoked crease because she had a bunch of glitter on the lids. So that's what that's what I'm doing here, sorry. Now going back into the palette, I'm going to pick up this shadow, which is called Jetsetter, and I'm also going to go ahead and apply this on my crease. Most of my colors is going to go on my crease again because I was going for a cut crease. So yeah, I was just trying to get that really intense, a brown type of color on the crease. So now I'm going to go into my Hoola Bronzer by Benefit, and I'm actually going to pick a little bit of this up in a small pencil, small little blending brush, and also apply this like right in my crease, trying to define it a little bit more again. And this is what actually made the eyeshadow look a little bit more darker brown, sorry. So now I'm just going to go ahead and pick up a blending brush, and I'm just going to go ahead and blend everything so I don't have any harsh lines. And around here is when I started to realize that she did not have a cut crease, so I just go ahead and remove that outer part of the shadow that I have going on because I thought it was a cut crease. And then I removed that, and after I remove that, I'm going to go ahead and start on applying my glitter. Now to apply the glitter, what I did was I used a Urban Decay Heavy Metal glitter as a glue, and then I used my NYX glitter. I forgot the name, but I'll put it on the description box. So for me, this is what I felt like worked best for glitter, because I did use, before I did this, I did try using my eyelash glue, but the one that I have was way too hard to remove, so this is what I felt like worked best. But you can go ahead and use, if you have any glitter glue, go ahead and use that. This is just what worked best because this is what I had, and I was working with what I already had. So now I'm going to have a lot of glitter fallout, and to remove it, I'm just going to go ahead and use a piece of tape. This is what I feel like works best for me. I feel like it removes most of it, not all of it, but most of the glitter. And it doesn't really bother because I'm going to have glitter on the bottom anyways. But for lashes, I'm using my Dodolashes in the style D309. And before I apply that, I'm going to go ahead and use my mascara. And I'm using the L'Oreal Voluminous Lash Paradise Mascara for my upper and lower lashes. And remember, I do have a discount code with Dodolashes, and I'll leave it on the screen as well as in the description box. It gets you 5% off. I know it's maybe not a lot, but these lashes are really, really affordable. So now moving on to the face makeup, I'm gonna go ahead and use the Too Faced Hangover Primer just to prime my entire face, and then I will be using my Too Faced Born This Way foundation in the shade Sand for obviously all over my face. Alright, so for bronzer, I'm using the Hoola Bronzer by Benefit, and Homegirl had an exaggerating ass bronzer, so that's what I'm going to try to do. I'm going to go ahead and exaggerate my bronzer, well, my contour and my bronzer, so I'm going to go ahead and use the Hoola Bronzer by Benefit first, and I'm going to use this to contour, and after that, I'm going to go ahead and use my favorite Ciate London. I think it's the Palm Island one, I'm not too sure, but I'll have it listed down below. That's the one I'm going to use to bronze right over I finish contouring, but again, I'm trying to do this as exaggerated and dramatic as I can. Now she wouldn't be a glam clown without any highlighter, so I'm gonna go ahead and use my favorite at the moment, the LA Girl highlighter, which is in number 50, and this highlighter is blinding for only $9.99. Seriously, 10 bucks for this highlighter is bomb. But again, she also did have an exaggerating as highlighter, so that's what I'm gonna go ahead and do. I'm gonna go ahead and make my highlighter really exaggerated and dramatic as I can. But you can never have too much highlighter on. Like I said, she had an exaggerating as bronzer, so what I'm gonna go ahead and do is use a little bit of my Laura Mercier translucent powder, and I'm gonna go ahead and carve down my cheeks, which is something I never do, but I wanted to go ahead and try this because I felt like that's what made this look more dramatic. So I'm just using a little bit of my translucent powder to go ahead and carve out my cheekbones. What do you call them? I don't know. So after that, I'm going to go ahead and use my Maybelline Definer line in black and just go ahead and line my waterline. And this is where the fun begins. So I'm going to do the upside down triangle, I think you call it. I don't know. With this is a NYX, it's a felt tip and a pencil liner, but I'm using the felt tip because it was already kind of drying out, but it helped me to draw in the line that I needed first, and then I'm going to go over it with my e.l.f. liquid liner. But you're gonna see me switch the liner to my Wet n Wild one because the tip was so much helpful and useful for me. I really struggled with this e.l.f. liner. You're gonna see me go back and forth with this. Actually, to me, it seemed like the easiest thing, and I would see everybody complaining of how hard it is, and to be honest, it is hard to do this part. So go ahead and take your time and make this as clean and as straight as possible. Oh, baby, okay? So now I'm just gonna go ahead and start filling it in. Remember, in this again, I'm struggling here because I don't know, it was just so hard for me to do this part. So I'm gonna go ahead and fill this in, shade it in, whatever. And then you also want to set that. Remember, whenever you use like any creams or liquids or whatever, you want to set it if you want it to be matte and it won't smear anywhere. But again, this is where I'm struggling because I kept messing. I couldn't color inside of the lines, so I had to keep going over and over until I got it as straight as I could. But then again, you are not going to have any perfect straight lines. They are not all gonna look the same. So yeah, this is actually really hard step. Now same with this little dot. I don't know, it was hard to do the little dot. I mean, especially with this liquid liner. That's why I ended up using my Wet n Wild liner, because it was so much easier. So this is the part where I'm setting it. I'm going to be using this Smokey Fume eyeshadow palette that I've been using throughout the whole video by NYX, and I'm just gonna go ahead and set that. Now the other eye, I actually ended up doing it off camera because it was so hard for me to stay in the frame. I kept getting out, so I just decided to do the other one off camera, or actually just delete the clip pretty much, because I was just out of frame. There goes my daughter back there running back and forth. You're just gonna see her running back and forth. That is the funniest thing ever. So now again on top, I'm gonna go ahead and do it, and I'm gonna go ahead and use the same felt tip liner that I was using at the beginning, which is the NYX liner. And then I'm also going to use the e.l.f. liner as well to go ahead and make it darker, sorry, and then as well as to pull it in. So again, for the glitter, I'm going to go ahead and use the Urban Decay Heavy Metal Glitter. And this time what I did was actually I took off all the blue glitter because I was using the blue one, and just used like the little residue that was left, and it actually worked perfectly, because I feel like on the eyes it doesn't even look brown. This glitter is supposed to be brown, and to be honest, to me, at least from what I'm looking at right now, it does not seem brown to myself. So I'm just gonna go ahead and do that. Now here we go, the Wet n Wild liquid liner that I have been talking about. I'm gonna use this to do that little button circle nose thing on my nose. I honestly feel like I have a huge nose, so I feel like I didn't want to make it so big, just because I already have a big nose and I'm really insecure about that. So anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and use my Wet n Wild liquid liner to make that little button nose, and then I'm also going to set that. Again, you just want to keep setting everything. Now before moving on to the lips, I'm gonna go ahead and apply some mascara to the lower lashes, because I didn't apply any, to be honest, and it actually doesn't even make that much of a difference. I felt like I should have put some really dramatic lashes on the bottom, but then it would have been just way too much drama under there. So now for the lips, I'm going to start off by lining them using my NYX pencil liner. This is an oldie but a goodie, like the ones that you get at the Swap Meet. Anyways, so yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and line my lips using my NYX pencil. I can't stop laughing at my daughter back there. Oh my god, it's hilarious the way she walks, especially because it's on like the fast mode, whatever. Anyways, so now that I'm done with filling that in, I'm gonna go ahead and make those little lines like coming out of the side of the lips. To be honest, I don't know what the point of them are, but yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and do that using the same pencil, and then I'm going to go over those lines with a liquid liner, actually my Wet n Wild liquid liner. But before I do that, I'm gonna go ahead and fill in my lips using my Maybelline Definer line, because it's the creamiest liner that I have. But if you have a black lipstick, you can go ahead and use that. I didn't have any. Again, I was just working with what I already had in my little makeup collection. So now we're also going to be applying some glitter onto the lips, and again I'm using my Urban Decay Heavy Metal Glitter to go ahead and use that as the glue, and then use my NYX glitter. Again, it's supposed to be a brown glitter, and I'll have the name of it down below because I can't remember the name. It's either copper or something like that, but it's a brown glitter, that's for sure. So yeah, and then what am I doing here? Okay, so now I'm just defining those little lines. I forgot, I don't know what they're called, but I'm using my Wet n Wild Megaliner. And that is pretty much it for this video. I hope you like it. Don't forget to subscribe, comment, and share if you do. And I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye! Give a quick shout out, and if you guys can go follow my girl Cycle on YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook, I'll have her links all in the description box. She does some pretty sick, like amazing as Halloween makeup. Anyways, so yeah, if you guys can go follow her, I'll have her links down below. Again, Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!